Let me start with a question. Have you ever been awake at 3 a.m.? Not because you couldn't sleep, but because there's a dream inside your head that won't let you sleep. There's a goal, there's a fire, but you look around and there's no one. No one saying, you can do this. No one saying, I'm right here beside you. The people who were there, maybe they left, maybe they stopped, maybe they're laughing. Pause. And in that moment, in that silence at 3 a.m., you are standing in front of a decision. Either you lie back down, or you get up. I want to tell you a truth today, one that nobody says out loud. The greatest journeys in human history were never started by a crowd. They were started by one person. One person who was tired of waiting. One person who stopped asking for permission. One person who looked at the empty room around them and said, "Fine, I'll do it alone." Think about every person you admire right now. The athlete who wakes up at 5 a.m. when the whole world is still asleep. The entrepreneur who worked from a garage when everyone else called them crazy. The artist who created their masterpiece in a room full of doubt and zero applause. Do you think they had an army behind them at the start? No. They had silence. They had doubt. They had themselves. And that was enough. Here's what the world won't teach you in school. Support is beautiful, community is powerful, but dependency is dangerous. The moment you make your progress conditional on someone else's belief in you, you have already handed over your power. You've said, I will only move when someone pushes me. And what happens when the push never comes? You stand still, for days, for months, for years, waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Pause. That ends today. I want you to close your eyes for a second. Picture the version of you 5 years from now. The one who made it, the one who built it, the one who didn't quit. Now ask yourself, did that version of you wait for someone's approval? Did that version of you need a crowd to cheer before taking the first step? Or did that version of you just move? Just wake up, just show up, just do the work even when the room was empty. Pause. That version of you already exists. You just have to walk toward it. Alone if necessary. Part 2, the cost of doing it alone. Nobody tells you what it really takes. Now I'm going to be honest with you. And I mean brutally honest. Because too many motivational speeches give you the highlight reel without showing you the behind the scenes. Doing it alone is not romantic. It is not a movie montage with dramatic music playing in the background. It is hard. It is lonely. It is exhausting in ways that are difficult to explain to people who haven't felt it. There will be days when you wake up and there is zero motivation. Zero. You won't feel inspired. You won't feel powerful. You won't feel like the hero of your own story. You will feel tired. You will feel invisible. You will wonder if any of this is even worth it. And here's the part that no one tells you. That's normal. That feeling is not a sign that you're failing. That feeling is a sign that you're in the middle of something real. The middle is the most dangerous place in any journey. At the beginning, there's excitement, there's energy, there's the electricity of a fresh start. At the end, there's victory, there's relief, there's proof that you made it. But the middle is where dreams go to die. Because in the middle, the excitement has faded, but the finish line is not yet visible. In the middle, you've already sacrificed a lot, but you haven't received anything back yet. In the middle, The people who doubted you look at you and say, "See, I told you it wouldn't work." And when you're doing it alone, the middle hits different. There's no teammate to pick you up. There's no mentor to remind you of your worth. There's no partner to say, "Come on, we're almost there." It's just you, sitting with your thoughts, sitting with your doubts, sitting with the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Pause. This is the moment that defines everything. Because here's what I've learned about people who make it. They don't make it because they never felt like quitting. They make it because they felt like quitting and kept going anyway. They felt the loneliness. They felt the fear. They felt the weight of doing everything by themselves, and they chose to carry it. Not because it was easy. Because the alternative, giving up, was something they simply refused to accept. Think about a tree in a storm. When the wind hits hard, the branches bend, sometimes violently. But what's happening underground? The roots are going deeper. The storm is not breaking the tree. The storm is building the tree. And you doing it alone, grinding in silence, pushing through when no one is watching, you are not falling apart. You are building roots. Roots so deep that when your season finally comes, nothing will be able to knock you down. Let me ask you something personal. What have you given up because someone didn't support you? What dream did you bury because nobody else believed in it? What version of yourself did you abandon because you were waiting for someone to tell you that you were enough? Pause. I want you to think about that. Not to feel regret, but to feel something more important. Reclamation. It's not too late. It was never too late. The dream you buried, it's still there. The version of you that you gave up on, still waiting. The path you walked away from because you were tired of walking alone. It's still open. Nobody is coming to save you. I know that sounds brutal. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. But it is the most liberating truth you will ever receive. Because the moment you accept that nobody is coming is the moment you realize you are the one you've been waiting for. You are the rescue. You are the plan. You are the answer. And you have been all along. Part 3. The rise, doing it alone and winning. The world will see what silence built. I want to paint you a picture. Imagine two people, same starting point, same circumstances, same obstacles. The first person waits for the right time, waits for the right support, waits for someone to believe in them first. The second person moves, imperfectly, messily, alone, but moves. 5 years later, where are they? The first person is still waiting. The second person, they've already built something. Not because they were more talented, not because they were luckier, but because they made one decision over and over again, every single day. I will do this, even if I have to do it alone. Here's what happens when you commit to doing it alone. Something shifts inside you. You stop looking outward for permission, and you start looking inward for power. You stop measuring your progress by other people's timelines, and you start running your own race. You stop shrinking yourself to fit inside other people's comfort zones, and you start expanding into the full size of who you actually are. And here's the beautiful paradox. The people who do it alone eventually attract the right people. Not because they needed them, but because they became someone worth standing beside. Your discipline becomes magnetic. Your consistency becomes contagious. Your story, the story of the person who refused to quit, who did the work in silence, who built in the dark, that story becomes the thing that inspires others to begin their own journey. But none of that happens if you wait. None of that happens if you stay comfortable. None of that happens if you keep telling yourself, "I'll start when I have more support. I'll try when the timing is better. I'll go when someone is willing to go with me." No. You go now. You start today. You move even if you move alone. I want to talk about silence for a moment. Because there's a kind of silence that is defeat. The silence of a person who gave up and stopped speaking their dream out loud. But there's another kind of silence, and it is powerful. It's the silence of a person who stopped talking and started building. The silence of someone who turned off the noise, the opinions, the doubts, the outside voices, and went to work. The silence of the 5 a.m. alarm when nobody else is awake. The silence of the late night when the rest of the world has gone to sleep. That silence, that is not emptiness. That is construction. Every great thing that has ever existed in this world was once invisible. The building you walk into every day was once an empty lot. The song that changed your life was once silence in someone's mind. The business that employs thousands was once one person's crazy idea that nobody else believed in. Your dream right now exists in that invisible stage. And the only thing standing between invisible and real is the work. The unglamorous, unsexy, lonely, exhausting, beautiful work. The work you do when nobody is watching. The work you do when nobody is clapping. The work you do when you are the only one in the room and you choose to keep going anyway. So here's what I want you to do. After this speech ends, before the feeling fades, before life gets loud again, I want you to make a promise. Not to me. Not to anyone who doubted you. Not to anyone who left. A promise to yourself. That you will stop waiting. That you will stop shrinking. That you will stop making your potential conditional on other people's participation. That from this day forward, if you have to build alone, you will build. If you have to grind alone, you will grind. If you have to believe alone, before anyone else catches up, you will believe. Because here's the thing about doing it alone. When you finally make it, and you will make it, the victory tastes different. It tastes like every early morning you chose over comfort. It tastes like every doubt you silence with action. It tastes like every moment you stayed when it would have been so much easier to quit. You can't buy that feeling. You can't borrow it. You have to earn it. One solitary, disciplined, courageous day at a time. The world celebrates winners loudly, but it forgets something important. The winning was built in the quiet. In the moments no one photographed. In the chapters of the story that never made it to social media. In the dark, in the doubt, in the doing, when no one was there. That's where you were forged. That's where your story was written. And now, it's time to let the world read it. You don't need an army. You don't need applause. You don't need someone to hand you the torch. You are the fire. Light yourself. And go. Pause. Do it alone. Do it afraid. Do it anyway.